So right now there's 4 points of support. We got this jack here, which is providing the lifting power. And then I got my awesome jack stands on each corner, just as a precaution in case this thing fails. And now we can start the transmission service and mount for this video. Alright, so here is your awesome transmission mount. What a piece of engineering this piece is, huh? So you got that little rubber in between, like this. The way it sits in the car is actually like this. So this is the top part, this is the bottom part. I'll show you in a second. Part number is, ooh, nice, made in China. (31209) 204 240 0618. It replaces this part number. That'd be usually pretty good, not terrible. Hopefully it'll last for more than 40,000 miles. Okay, so here's what we have. First, you're going to remove your brace. You're going to have 8 16s, 16 millimeter, so 4 on each side. And then you're going to have, I'll use this here. What is this, a 13? Yes. 13 millimeter. You're going to use a 13 millimeter for these middle ones. There's 5 of them, if you could see. What I'd like to do is use an impact like this and a torque wrench like this. I use the torque wrench to loosen them and tighten them all the way, and then I use this electric one to drive it all the way out. It's taking forever. So let's do that first. Obviously support the transmission pan with a piece of wood or anything you have. Don't bend the pan. I don't know if it's actually been replaced before or not. Okay, that's it. These 5 are out. Now we just got to remove these big guys here on the side. Alright, so the bracket is out, as you can see. I did add another support here because I didn't want all the weight to be on top of the transmission pan. Because I don't want that gasket to be all squished and compressed, because that might leak afterwards. So I just put an extra jack over here just to hold it in place. And then you're going to take a, this is a E13, I believe. Let's see, what's it say? E12 E-Torques. It's one of these guys, inverted Torques. And I already broke these all loose, but just, you're going to remove these. And then from both sides. Alright, I'm going to do the other side now. Alright, so here is the old mount. I believe this is original from 2016, which is this car. Here's the new one. And the weight is the same. When you install this, by the way, this pointy edge goes towards the rear of the car. Make sure this is tight, by the way. I already double checked, but it was tight. Nothing was wrong with it. So anyway, here we go. Here's the original part number. I'm gonna go ahead and slap this guy on, and yeah. Oh, by the way, there's some guys who love to torque everything out there, but I've done this so many times at this point. I do it by feel. I don't torque anything, so I just do everything by feel. Obviously, if you're doing this the first time and you've never replaced transmission or engine mounts, you're going to want to torque everything to spec. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was like 25 newton meters for these, and for these I think it was 20 newton meters or 25 newton meters, and for the big ones in the corner it was like, I want to say it was maybe, I think it was, God, what was it, maybe 40 newton meters, something like that. So if you want to torque it to spec, go ahead. I'm not going to, but I did notice, look at the space, look how much wider this is and how much more compressed this is. You see that difference? I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like more, I guess, squished, I guess you could say. Even though this is not torn completely, what happens is, the reason you guys get vibration coming up from the center console in these Mercedes is because when this rubber gets old, and it like dry rots. And when it gets dry rotted, essentially it becomes like a piece of plastic. And it's supposed to prevent vibrations, but instead you're hearing the vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even though the only thing wrong with this mount technically is just the rubber is super old. It's from 2016. Actually, there you go, it's 2014, look. Here's the date stamp. So November of 2014. So this is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This thing's 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? So that rubber, it's done. It's just a piece of plastic now. You want to be able to like move it. Like, you want this to be soft, and then that way you won't have any vibrations. I usually do these when I was at the shop. I would do all three, so both engine mounts and transmission mount. But in this case, I'm not doing the engine mount today. I'm just doing the transmission mounts. All right, guys. So the transmission mount is in. As you can see, there it is. Everything is tight and cleaned up with some WD-40. By the way, this is for the 4Matic, obviously, as you can tell by the title, 4Matic. W212 S212 and the C207, 208 4Matics. The regular one, which is over there, that one, that's the rear-wheel drive version, non-4Matic, which I'll do next. I'll show you. The mounts look a little bit different, so make sure you get the correct mount, because this one is a lot beefier than the one on the rear-wheel drive.